Growing up, we had a range of toys, in particular, a red tyke car, more commonly referred to as a red car with a yellow roof found in children's playgrounds. For some odd reason, we had one in our living room, which I can honestly tell you was nowhere near the size of a playground. Throughout the years, it became apparent to me that this car could only accommodate one child's bottom. Whenever I would reach for the car, it would only be a matter of seconds until my sister was by my side in this one-passenger vehicle. The thing is, she did not like to share her toys with me. What was hers, but what was mine was also hers. Anyway, after many years, my parents made the wise decision to give the car away once the car door finally came off. Today, I want to talk to you about how siblings impact and change your identity and individuality. Unfortunately, I am the victim of being the younger one out of me and my sister. And whilst it is the best, it has meant that I've always had to sit in the backseat of cars and deal with the hand-me-downs of clothing, toys, and bicycles. You could say I am the ultimate hand-me-down child. But I'm not here to talk to you about the cons of being the hand-me-down child. I'm here to talk about how older siblings have a profound role in shaping the younger sibling's identity. Me and my sister have an age gap of 3 years. She's 19 and she's just currently moved out to university. She's very kind, warm-hearted, but she's also a total drama queen. But I've learned to deal with it as the years have gone on. I'm very grateful for the relationship that I have with my sister, and I hope that it is one that will continue to deepen and flourish as time moves on. Now, I know many in this room will feel the same, but I acknowledge that for some, it's not always the case. I believe that a sibling connection is like none other. Whether you are close or distant, you are made of the same blood. I also believe siblings are the only ones that tell you the honest truth. I know mine does, whether it makes me laugh or cry. Parents leave us too soon, and significant others and future children come too late. Your siblings are the only ones that are there from the very beginning, and I think that shows how important the bond is between siblings, but more importantly, how that bond shapes certain aspects of yourself. First thing to say, she definitely was not happy when I arrived. She thought that having a sibling meant she gets thrown out as soon as I appear. Many photos and videos of growing up consist of her pushing me out of red toy cars, shooting nasty looks my way, and just always looking like she was forced to bond with me. Even photographic evidence isn't enough to describe the absolute hatred she had for me at the very beginning. Even despite my parents, grandparents, wider family's efforts to praise and glorify her, it just did not seem to be enough. However, I feel like this is a pretty universal thing for the older sibling to feel when a newborn comes along. This sense of neglect, as the younger one always gets more attention for a certain while, as they're just more cute and cuddly, as you can see. We shared a room from a very young age, and the way to describe it was like a front row seat into how her mind works. Being in such close proximity with her meant I picked up many of her traits and habits without me really realizing it. This here is an example of how she started to shape my individuality from such a young age. I very proudly followed in her footsteps as a youngster. If she wore something new, the chances are I would demand to be in the exact same outfit the next day. Siblings know how to trigger each other. They know which strings to pull to annoy one another. So whilst sharing a room was pleasant 95% of the time, the other 5% consisted of screaming matches, cat fights, and who owns which piece of clothing. My sister went through high school first. She experienced all the challenges of high school firsthand with no older sibling protection. And she very kindly passed down to me the do's and don'ts of high school. Again, subconsciously shaping my identity without me realizing it at the time. All these do's and don'ts started to affect how I was then perceived at school, and started to slowly put together pieces of my personal image. She told me, what bag to use around campus, which teachers to like, how to talk confidently, and most importantly, to make sure I get my eyebrows threaded. Now, whilst these seem like really small things, they have slowly shaped me to become the person I am here standing today. From a psychological point of view, I would say my sister is a unique combination between a friend and a parent. She is a wonderful shoulder to cry on, but also a harsh critic that wants the best for me. Over the years, this has sort of enabled me to bypass my parents' opinions on various matters, as I trust my sister's harsh and humbling criticism more. Sorry, Mum. Many studies are done on the sibling connection, and many say that it is one of the most long-lasting and enduring relationships of an individual. A relationship that can be a source of support, solidarity, companionship, and well-being, but on the other hand, can also provide conflict, competition, and ambivalence. Siblings spend more time with each other than anyone else. During childhood, siblings are a fundamental part of each other's social worlds, and emotional ties between siblings are either intensely strong, positive, or more negative. Siblings can be playmates, watchers, support providers, and older siblings start to teach new words, games, and skills, which leads to an increase in motor skills, verbal skills, and bolstered creativity. Now that I've spoken about the more positive advantages of having a sibling, what about when you're an only child? Obviously, I cannot speak from experience, but there are many studies that say only children are in need of humbling and have a harder time accepting the honest truth. Contrary to that, there are also many studies that say only children have higher levels of ambition, independence, and confidence. All that time playing alone as a child leads to them having more confidence and higher levels and shows them personal ability from such a young age. The positive advantages of siblings is all great and fun, but what about sibling toxicity? Seeing your older sibling, or just a sibling in general, thrive in particular aspects in life that you may not particularly thrive in can lead to the constant need to compare yourself. And this can start to happen subconsciously from a young age, where their actions start to impact your individuality in a more negative manner. Only children, on the other hand, don't really have anyone close by in the household to compare themselves to, leading to more confidence and a stronger personality as they grow up. Now, my sister has moved out for university, and I'm, for the first time, on my own. I'm immensely grateful for the plethora of things that she has done for me, all the habits and traits that I picked up while sharing a room, the advice that she has passed down to me now own a part of my individuality that will continue to grow with me for the rest of my life. Yes, she shaped so many aspects of me, but I would like to think that I am not just the annoying younger sister that got away with everything, because let's face it, older siblings always get the blame somehow. I would like to think that I also had a significant contribution in shaping her personality as well. Whether you are close or distant with a sibling, I believe that it's just such an important and powerful bond to always treasure. Even if you are in conflict with them, I believe that is something you should try and fix, as you don't exactly know who to trust in the world we live in today. But if there had to be someone, I think most definitely it should be your sibling. Thank you.